Right, hello and good afternoon. So today we're going to do a 15-minute kickboxing class and a 15-minute karate class. So today's lessons are going to be at beginner level. So if you're just starting out, then this is perfect for you. So formal stance and yes. Okay, now we've covered over quite a lot of the basics recently, but now I just want to start putting it all together in combinations that start to make sense. So, first of all, we're going to imagine that the person we're fighting is quite close to us. Okay, so imagine maybe we're pushed up against the ring or they're right on top of us attacking. We need to get in an appropriate position. So from here, we're going to have our feet just a little bit closer together with our knees bent. We're going to drop our chin down, raising the shoulders up to protect the side of our head. And we're going to have the guard up nice and high like this. So if I stand in this position, I'm more likely to get hit. By holding this position here, imagine I've got big gloves on, that's going to act as a bit of a barrier to stop me from getting hit. So from here, on the count, we're just going to do an uppercut and back. So on the count, 1, rear hand and back. 2, rear hand uppercut. 3, and I'm pushing my hip forward. 4, engage that hip. 5, 6, push and back. 7, 8, and change feet. So again, keeping this guard up nice and high. 1, just push up. 2, 3, now if I do it the side. 4, push and back. 5, 6, so see how my hip is moving in to get more body weight behind the strike. 7, 8, and change feet. So now we're going to do the lead hand followed by the rear hand. 1, uppercut, uppercut. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, and change feet. Now the same on the other side. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, keep that going. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to mix it round. We're going to put a hook in between. So from here, we're going to go uppercut, hook, uppercut. Okay, so that lead on, strike under the jaw, strike across the side of the head, then drive in with an uppercut off the rear arm. 1, so lead, rear and back. 2, make sure you're returning back to guard in between techniques. 3, 4, and try and think about your hip movement and how it relates to the techniques. 5, so it's forward, round, drive in and back. 6, 7, 8, and change feet. Now the same on this side. So that front arm strikes twice. 1, front, uppercut. 2, 3, 1, 2, up and back. 4, 1, 2, strike and back. 5, 6, 1, 2, and in. 7, and 8. Good. Okay, change feet. So now we're going to work on a bit of defense from that position. So from here we're going to do a roll. We're going to roll and then hit round the hook. So imagine someone's hitting you around the side of the head. Even if I've got my guard up and I take that punch on the glove, that's still going to hurt. So ideally, as that punch is coming round to the side of my head, I'm going to bend my knees, drop my hips down, roll into the guard and round this way. From this position, that's set me up for that counter attack. So we're going to roll this way round. So think of doing like a U shape. 1, round, hook. 2, round, hook. So whatever leg is in front, today that's the side we're going to roll towards. So if I've got my right leg in front, I roll to the right. If I have my left leg in front, I roll to the left. 6, roll, hook. 7, roll, hook, and back. 8, step it down. 9, and 10. And change feet. Same on the other side. 1, 2, roll, hook. 3, 4, round, strike. 5, 6, 7, one more, 8. So imagine you're dropping into your guard. So from this position, instead of dropping my head with my arms, I'm dropping my head into the guard. So it's that movement as opposed to that movement. The reason for that is if I drop my arms with my body, then my head is still exposed. Whereas if I drop down into the guard, then it's more protected. Obviously you still don't want to be getting hit, but it just helps on that defense when it comes around for the roll. Okay, so we're going to put that movement into our previous combination. So if we revert back to our previous combination, we did uppercut, hook, uppercut. Now from here, we're going to add on the roll, hook at the end. So just 5 moves slowly. 1, 2, 3. Imagine they hit with a counter attack. 4, 5. Okay? So this left arm, or my right arm, your left, hits 4 times. 1, no it doesn't, yes it does. 1, 2, 3, round, 4. Okay? A bit faster. 1, 2, 3, no, it only hits 3 times. 4, 1, 2, 3, round, hook. 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, roll, strike. 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, round, strike, last one, 10. And change onto the other side. 1, uppercut, hook, uppercut, roll, hook. 2, 3, 4, a bit faster now, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, roll, hook. 9, last one, 10. Good. Okay, so that's building up combinations on the arms. Now, let's do a bit of work on the legs. So, remember the kicks give us an advantage because a kick has more range than a punch. But we need to think about the best time to execute the kicks. So for example, if someone's right on top of me here, I'm not going to try and hit them with a roundhouse kick to the head because I'm not going to be able to get my foot up here if they're close. But if they're further away from me, then that works to my advantage. So the technique that we do needs to relate to the position and distance of our opponent. Okay, so we'll start off just with a lead leg body kick. So keep this shoulder back. 1, step through front kick. 2, 3, raise the knee and kick. 4, keep that shoulder back. 5, step through kick. 6, 7, 8. And now change legs, same on the other side. 1, step through kick. 2, 3, hold that shoulder back. 4, 5, 6, 2 more. 7, 8. And notice when I'm kicking, my arms, I'm trying to hold them as still as possible. I don't need to move my arms around. Okay, so if I want to add punches, that's fine, you can. But if we're just practicing a kick, we want to get out of the habit of doing excess arm movement, because that'll only get worse when there's actually a person to fight in front of you. So from here, we're going to do a front kick, come back, jab cross. 1, front kick, jab cross. This is just an exercise to control your arms and upper body movement. 2, so control that upper body and then punch. 3, so we can drop the guard a bit lower because we're imagining that person slightly further away, so therefore we don't need to stand like that. 4, 5, 6, 7, keep that going, 8, 2 more, 9, skip up, skip back, 10, forward, driving, right, change feet, same on this side now, so other leg, 1, skip up, kick, skip back, jab cross, 2, 3, that's it, keep that going, 4, 5, 6, 7, good, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we're going to change the combination a little bit. Instead of landing backwards on the kick, I want you to land forward. So instead of landing backwards, we're going to land forward. We're going to skip up, body kick, jab cross. Okay, so imagine the person blocks that kick. We hit them in the stomach with the kick. They block it. If they're blocking the kick that's aimed here, their arm's going to be down. If their arm is down, that means the head is more likely, more vulnerable. So that's why from there we kick to the stomach and then immediately attack the head. So we're varying the target that we're aiming for. So on the count, so make sure you've got a bit of space. 1, front kick, jab cross, and then just reset back. 2, kick, 1, 2, and reset back. 3, 4, 5, going up to 8, 6, skip up, kick, 1, 2, and back. 7, and back, 8. And now change feet, same on the other side. 1, front kick, jab cross, and back. 2, 3, front kick, jab cross, and back. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, now, if you're able to remember that combination we did at the start, I want you to put that together with this one. So think back to the combination we did. If you need to rewind it and go over it, that's fine. So we're going to put the two together slowly. Front kick, jab cross, uppercut hook, uppercut, roll, hook. Okay? We're only going to do this a few times. 2, front kick, jab cross, uppercut hook, uppercut, roll, hook, and reset back. Now a little bit faster. 3, and reset back. 4, front kick, jab cross, 1, 2, 3, roll, hook. So notice how the guard, it starts a bit lower, and then as I get closer to that imaginary opponent, the guard just comes up a bit more. Okay? 2 more. 5. So I finish up here. And last one on this side. 6. And now other leg. So we're going to do the same on the other leg. Start off slowly. 1, front kick, jab cross. Uppercut, hook, uppercut. Roll, hook, and back. 2, front 1, 2, uppercut, hook, uppercut, roll, hook, and back. 3, 4. 2 more. 5. And last one. 6. Front kick, jab, cross, uppercut, hook, uppercut, roll, hook. Perfect. So don't worry if you're not able to get the speed. Prioritise returning to guard as opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So make sure you return to guard as opposed to doing that. Okay, that's your homework. Alright guys, I'm going to quickly get changed and then we've got a short beginner karate class starting. So, formal stance. Right, I'm going to keep the camera rolling because it saves me editing. And then we're going to get started with our karate. So, I'll see you in 2 minutes time. Perfect. Super speedy, super speedy. Right. Karate. Okay, now we've done quite a lot of work on our basics in karate. Spend a bit of time on our sweeps. Do a bit of work on sweeps today, shall we? So, from here, Masubadachi, reverse. Okay, so sweeping someone when we're fighting. Now, sweeps have a great advantage because if you knock someone on the floor, you're in a great dominant position. But it takes a bit of practice to be able to do them properly. One of the hardest things to practice when it comes to sweeps is trying not to look down. If I'm sweeping someone, I don't want to be looking down at their foot because I'm drawing their attention to their foot. And if they realise for a fraction of a second I'm likely to sweep them, they're going to adjust their weight and make it harder for me. So the hardest thing is to keep looking forwards. Avoid looking where you're actually attacking. So if we start left leg forward, I'm going to go right leg in that fighting stance. Just to get the basic body mechanics, I'm going to step here. So my back foot comes in close to that lead foot here. From there, turn my hip, kick down and back. So we're going to start off with a roundhouse kick to the ankle and then we'll gradually build up the sweep, almost like in layers. So 1, turn the back. 2, step up, turn the hip and back. 3, so effectively doing a roundhouse kick to the ankle. 4, sweep and back. 5. And now change feet. Same on this side. 1, 2, turn the hip. 3, turn the sweep. 4 and 5. Good, okay, so if we're taking someone's foot out from under them, so we're taking that front foot, it's not going to move sideways and it's not going to move completely forward. We want it moving diagonally. We want that front foot, if I do it facing this way, I want to pull their foot diagonally. So from here, now they're off balance. If they're really off balance, they're going to fall over. So we want to take their front foot diagonally away from them. So therefore our sweep needs to pull at the same angle. So if I step up here, imagine my foot is around their ankle, catch and pull across. If I do it further back, over here for example, so you can see, I step, kick, pull. So I'm pulling their foot, pull the foot out from under them, okay? So on the count, 1, step up, catch, pull and back. 2, and back. 3, sweep that foot out. 4, there you go. Keep that going. 5. So if I do it on a pad, on the floor, just think what direction that pad is going to travel. It's not going to go sideways, it's going to go over there, isn't it? So that is the direction you want to take that foot. 1, across, 2, step up and across that way. Now you're going to do it on the other foot. 1, so turn the hip and across. Notice when I'm turning my hip, my backhand stays facing the same direction. Imagine your backhand works a bit like a compass. So regardless of your body position, that backhand is facing the target, which is the opponent we're fighting. What I don't want to do is do this, because now if the sweep doesn't work, he's over there, or she's over there. Whereas if I turn my hip this way, now if the sweep doesn't work, I can follow up with a punch. Obviously if it does work, then I can punch down there, okay? So 1, turn the hip, and back. 2, turn the hip, 3, and 4. Good, okay, so now we've got the basic mechanics of the sweep, we can apply that into a fighting combination. So what I want you to do is you're going to punch kAZEN. As you pull the arm back, we're going to hook sweep. So as that arm pulls back into position, so we pull our arm and hip back, that front leg sweeps across. Okay? So 1, kAZEN, front leg hook sweep, and back straight. 2, gap, front leg hook sweep. Backhand punch is kAZEN. 3, punch, sweep. 4, punch, sweep. 5, gap, hook sweep. And now change legs. From here, itch, knee. Notice where I'm looking. San, I don't do this. Okay? Shi, look at the target. Go, gap, hook sweep, rook. Okay, so from there we're going to add that punch. Now, if I've swept someone and they're on the floor, now I can look down because my target is now on the floor. So from here, punch them, sweep them. Now they've fallen on the floor. So now I can drop down and punch gag. Okay? So I only look down if they've fallen on the floor. Itch, gag, hook sweep, punch. Knee, gag, hook sweep, punch. So I look down as they fall on the floor. San, it's fallen down, punch. Shi, when I punch my back, it's straight. Avoid hunching over. Think of trying to get your weight behind the punch. If my back is arched over, I'm not going to transfer any body weight into that punch. If I drop my hips down, that's going to punch it a lot more solid. Okay? So keep that back straight as you do that punch. Itch. Knee. San. Shi. Change feet. Same on this side. Itch. Knee. San. Shi. Punch. Hook sweep. Punch. Good. Okay. So that's a basic hook sweep, but there are other variations. So it doesn't have to be off that front leg. We can also do it off the back leg. The way we'll do it will be slightly different. I'll cover that in a second. But from here, again, imagine that person's foot. Imagine that someone's foot on the floor. Let's flip it around this way. So from here, I'm going to change guard, pull their foot, still pulling it across in that direction. Okay? So that is the line we want to take their foot that way. So I change guard, come round and across there. That's what we want to try and get. So, just slowly. 1, round, across and back. 2, and reset back. 3, sweep, back. 4, and now other leg, change feet. 1, 1, change guard, looking forward. Okay, if we're just practicing the sweep, I always teach you that you have to practice looking forward on the assumption it doesn't work. If we practice it with a follow-up, then we assume that they fall over, so that's why we look down. 1, hook and back. 2, hook, sweep and back. 3, and back. 4. Good. One more. 5. Okay. So how can we apply this into a combination? Well, if we do it off the back leg, it takes longer to get this foot all the way around here and then sweep. So they're more likely to block it, evade it, move out the way. But if we can kick with this foot, like we did in kickboxing, use that foot as a distraction. So while they're blocking that front kick, what I'm actually doing is setting them up. So when I land, then I take the foot out. So I use the front kick to draw their attention to the block, and then from there, if you imagine, I kick them, they block my kick, from there, that's exposed the foot, take it out for the sweep. So I front kick, hook, sweep, and back to stance, just to practice. 1, front kick, hook, sweep, and back. Yeah, we'll land forward on this one. 2, so front, sweep, land, and back. If I do it sideways. 3, front, sweep. This is called a feint, so I'm feinting that front kick. 4, front, sweep, land, and back. So it's time to get a little bit more advanced now. 5, front, sweep, land, and back. 6, looking forward. 7, and see how my arms change. That just helps my body position. 8. Okay, other leg now. 1, land and reset back. 2, land and reset back. 3, 4, that's it. 5, front sweep. 6, 2 more. 7, and last one. 8, and relax there. Good. So the idea of this session today is just to get an understanding of how to take someone's foot out, and also the best and safest way to do it. Because if I just look down at their foot, try and sweep them, you're going to get hit. So we need to use these distractions to divert their attention and then take the foot away. Guys, I'll see you next time. Master Vidachi. Have a good week.